Well, hello there, time travelers. I hope you enjoyed your Christmas. Welcome to Boxing Day. Where is Boxing Day celebrated? Good question, and I'll get to that in a second. Since it was a tradition, particularly followed in the UK, all regions part of the erstwhile British Empire continued to observe Boxing Day. So, some of the nations that I found that celebrated Boxing Day other than the UK are Scotland, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Nigeria, and the Caribbean islands. Boxing Day is a holiday celebrated after Christmas Day, occurring on the second day of Christmas, or Christmastide, which is December 26th, today. Though it originally originated as a holiday to give gifts to people in need, today, Boxing Day forms part of Christmas celebrations, with many people choosing to take advantage of Boxing Day sales. Sounds like our Christmas Day sales. It originated in the United Kingdom, like I said, and is celebrated in several Commonwealth nations. It's also a bank holiday or public holiday, may take place on December 28th, if necessary, to ensure it falls on the weekday. Boxing Day, also concurrent with the Christian festival St. Stephen's Day, as in parts of Europe, such as several regions of Spain, the Czech Republic, Germany, Australia, Hungary, the Netherlands, Italy, Poland, Slovakia, Slovenia, Croatia, Denmark, Finland, Sweden, Belgium, Norway, and the Republic of Ireland. December 26th is St. Stephen's Day, which is considered the second day of Christmas. Come along to 1647, when Charles I and the Scots reached a secret agreement whereby the Scots offered to support the king's restoration to power in return for his acceptance of Presbyterianism in Scotland and its establishment in England for the following 3 years. 1791, English mathematician and inventor Charles Babbage was born, who is credited for having conceived the first automatic digital computer. 1805 brought us Napoleon in Fort, or 1805 is where Napoleon enforced harsh penalties on Austria with the signing of the Treaty of Pressburg. Mayo Zedlog was born in 1893, who was the chairman of the People of the Republic of China. Moving right along to 1903, when American boxer Jack Johnson defeated Tommy Burns in Sydney to become the first black fighter to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Now we are going on to 1943, when Germany when the German battlecruiser Schmorst was sunk by the British battleship Duke of Duke of York during World War II. Come along with me to 1956, when the Associated Press reports 883 people were accidentally killed in the US over Christmas weekend. And I will do a little bit research on this to find out what exactly happened on this day, because I don't know exactly what happened to cause that many people to accidentally lose their lives. 20 years down the timeline, we stop in 1963 when the Beatles, their single, I Want to Hold Your Hand, with I Saw Her Standing There on the B-side, was the first to release in the United States. Hugely successful, and it became hugely successful, and it's helped to launch the Beatlemania. 3 years later, in 1966, celebrations for the first Kwanzaa began in the United States, and the holiday continued until January 1st. The annual event, which affirms African family and social values, was created by Manuela Karag, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I don't know if that's the correct way to pronounce it. The following year, in 1967, Greek sources reported that effects at cancellation between King Constantine and the regime were at a deadlock, and that an early return of the king was improbable. In 1971, the U.S. aircraft launched a massive, sustained airstrike against North Vietnamese military installations. Come along to 1973, when the horror classic The Exorcist, an adaptation of William Peter Blatty's book about a young girl possessed by the devil, was released in the United States. The recipient of 10 Oscar nominations, including for director William Friedkin, it became one of the highest-grossing films of all time. Now, in 1985, the slain body of American zoologist Dan Fossey, the world's leading authority in mountain gorillas, was found in Rwanda. It was widely suspected that she was killed by poachers. On this day in 2004, a large earthquake shook the Indian Ocean floor west of the island of Somalia, triggering a devastating tsunami that swept coastal areas from Thailand to Africa, and unfortunately, more than 200,000 people, lost their lives. In 2006, American politician Gerald R. Ford, who was the 38th President of the United States from 1974 to 1977, and the country's only chief executive who was not elected as either president or vice president, passed away in California. And today, Boxing Day is celebrated as a public holiday in the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and New Zealand. And I'm sure there are people or families here in the United States that celebrate Boxing Day as well. And with this, I bid you adieu, and I'll see you tomorrow.